There we go. Perfect. Okay, so this all started because of really Melissa Falco for me. She came on. So if you've not watched her call, I highly encourage you to go back and watch it. And really, I got started in a group chat with her, Judy, and Terry, and we were just kind of going back and forth. And then I caught a vision of what Michaela Peterson is doing, which if you don't know what Michaela Peterson is doing, she is the brains and the amazing woman behind all things sourdough. And so I think we've been under this impression and this thought that since COVID, nobody wants to come to events. And so tonight I'm kind of here to debunk that and walk us through how these experiences and creating experiences for people can revolutionize and transform your business. And it will not only revolutionize and transform your business, but it's going to give you this new energy and excitement that I think is going to absolutely change the game for you. So I'm going to share my screen here with you and we are going to dive in. So feel free to screenshot, take notes. The whole purpose behind this is for it to benefit you. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. Okay, perfect. Can everybody see my screen? Okay, amazing. Okay, so my roadmap to success, filling a room, creating excitement, and growing your business. So let's dive in. Really, what do I mean by experiences? And so obviously events stopped for everybody in 2020. And since then, I really think the world has shifted. And if you agree, I would love for you to kind of share your comments in the chat. But I think the world has really shifted in the way that information is being consumed and things are being shared. And so what I know is that people do not want to be sold to. They're not wanting to be a part of an infomercial. They want to be a part of an experience. They want to be a part of something that makes them feel a part of a community and that makes them and empowers them to take the next right step in their health journey, to be a part of a community, whatever that looks like. They want to be a part of something. And so what I know is that when people leave your home or wherever you host your event and you have attached this amazing experience that you've created for them and Juice Plus, they're going to leave wanting to come back for more because of that. It's powerful. And here's another thing that Terry really shared with me that I thought was so good. When you host something like that and you take this stance of authority in the way that you're the expert standing in front of a room hosting these experiences for people, you start to have influence. And so you have influence. And I just told this, Sarah and Terry hosted an event and Sarah had an amazing turnout this last weekend. And I told her, I was like, people are going to cancel last minute, but whoever shows up, you have influence over them. So whether that's 2 people or whether that's 200 people, 2 people trusted you enough to walk through that door and trust you to share some of your health story with them and them to share some of their health story with you. And so that is an honor that we don't take lightly. So let's find something that speaks to you. For me, that's been sourdough. It may be aging backwards. That's what Terry and Sarah did this weekend, diving into chocolate and wine. Maybe it's a tower garden. Maybe it's a feed your facial event. My biggest encouragement and tip for you is find a type of experience that you would want to attend, because you are going to attract people that want to come if you're excited about it. If you feel lukewarm and like meh about your event, you are not going to want to go. You are not going to attract the right people. You're not going to bring the right people in. And so if gut health and sourdough overwhelms you, daunts you, and doesn't excite you, don't do it. Like, it's not going to be fun for you, and you're not going to bring and attract people to you because your energy around it is not going to be great. So find whatever that is. So my encouragement to you is think about the things in our company. Think about an experience that you would want to go to. Like, what's something fun that you would want to attend? Something Melissa Falco shared, an event that she does every November that I thought was so fun, is they come over and they make centerpieces for Thanksgiving Day. And then she shares one of the recipes from like one of the the Healthy Living Revolution cookbooks or the Shred cookbook. And they all leave with a recipe card. They have this amazing plant-based soup and they leave with a centerpiece. Like, that's an experience. And they've officially attached Juice Plus and this experience together. And so that is really the key here. You want people to leave attaching those two things together and going, I want to come back for more. Or they leave and they're like, oh my gosh, I have to tell my friends about this. This was so fun. And so that's how your circle is going to continue to grow, continue to expand. And the right people are going to come into your life, guys, when you're standing in that posture. Okay, so let's talk about the invitation process. This is, and I'm going to be totally honest with you, when I was in the group chat or the Voxer chat with Melissa Falco, Judy, and Terry, Melissa really shared something with me that was powerful. And so we are often, Terry and I talk about this too, we don't want people to feel like they're coming to a bait and switch. And so our tendency, I should say my tendency, but my tendency in that case is I overcompensate in the invitation because I'm so worried people are not going to know that when they come to my house, they are going to learn about Juice Plus. But let's be real here for a second, guys. If you follow me on social media and if you are a part of my life in any way, shape, or form, you know that I sell Juice Plus. Maybe the only way you would not know that is if you live under a rock. So why did I feel the need to overexpand and overexpound on this thing? And by doing that, I've dumbed it down. And so I said to Melissa, this was like a really good teaching moment. I was talking to her and I was like, okay, how does my invitation sound? And I would consider myself someone who's pretty good with their words. I felt pretty confident about what I was going to say. And she was like, yeah, she didn't say it like this, but she was like, that ain't it, Abby. I was like, okay, what do I need to do better? And so she was like, listen, you are overcompensating. And she was like, you need to just share from the heart, be authentic and chill. And the biggest key is sharing a flyer that says sponsored by Juice Plus on it so that people know when they're coming, this event is sponsored by Juice Plus. Now, obviously, it's your job to be the messenger in what Juice Plus is and all those things. But when you have sponsored by Juice Plus very tastefully at the bottom of your flyer, it lets everybody know. So let's walk through the actual invitation process and what this looks like. And this applies to any type of event. This is not just sourdough. This is the tips that I gave Sarah before her event on Friday, and she had a great response because of it. And I don't like to give exact verbiage here. I've written out some verbiage for you, but really make this your own, like use this kind of as a framework. But sometimes when we take verbiage that's somebody else's, it doesn't sound authentic and like us. So just be mindful of that.
Your slides are not moving forward.
They're not. Okay. Thank you. That's good to know because I've been moving forward. So let's see here. Let me stop my share and reshare. Okay. How about now? Oh, okay, hold on. Present. Are we good? Why is it? No, it's pauses it. Okay. Well, give me a second, guys. We're gonna.
You only see the word T on that slide. That's it.
What? Oh my.
The letter
gosh.
T, sorry.
I worked so hard on these slides. They're gonna show.
Take your time. You know they'll show.
1 second. Okay. Let's present. Let's do presenter view. Present. Let's try presenter view, see if that works better. Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else on those last couple slides that would have been, well, no. Okay, we're good. This is really the first slide that you need to, that you can screenshot. Okay, so I've got verbiage written here, but I don't, like I said, I don't want you to take this and like make it you. I mean, the whole point is I'm just kind of trying to show you how simple this is. So my biggest encouragement is when you're thinking about the type of event that you nail down and you want to do, make a list of the people that you want to invite. So, typically like we do in, invitation fashion, make a list of the people you want to include and send out a simple text that just says, hey friend, I know that we chatted last week. We were talking about health and gut health. I don't know if you have any interest in this, but I'm hosting a gut health workshop here in a couple of weeks. We're going to chat about gut health and you'll leave knowing how to make sourdough for the rest of your life. I'm not sure if you're interested, but if you are, I would love to share the details with you. So this kind of gets the feelers out for who's interested in your event. And if the people respond and they're like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing, I want to learn more, that's when you send the flyer. So I know that not every event you are going to charge for. For my sourdough workshops, that's personally what's worked for me. And I know that's how, Michaela has also talked about it. She charges for them, and I can get a little more into that here in a little bit on what that looks like if you're curious. But for people to reserve their spot, they need to Venmo me. So that's how people reserve their spot. So if I send the flyer out, then, I would say, hey, just send me your Venmo in the next couple of days. That's how you're going to reserve your spot. I only have so many. Now, here is a point and a tip for you. My encouragement to you, make people feel like they are missing out. Don't just tell people you have unlimited seats, because when you do that, it creates no value for your event. I have 7 seats around my kitchen table that I am opening up to, people to attend sourdough. And so I tell people, I'm like, listen, I have a few spots left. You can take it or you can leave it. And I don't mean that arrogantly or rudely, but I'm not going to wait around for people to let me know if they want to attend. They're either in or they're out this time. And if they're out this time, that's okay. I'll reach out to them again. I keep, if somebody has shown interest, I continue to reach out and invite them. But I really cannot encourage you enough to say in that initial, if somebody says, yes, I'm interested, say, amazing, please let me know if you can make it. I only have so many seats and I'd be honored to have you as my guest. When you send that kind of invitation and you send that kind of verbiage, people are going to be like, okay, yes, there's only so many seats. If I'm really interested in this, I need to commit. Because I think people in our society have a really hard time committing. That's another thing I think COVID has done, is people can't commit to things. And if something else better pops up, they're like, I'm out, or, whatever. So really creating that fear of missing out, that FOMO. Okay, so as the event gets closer, for me and for sourdough, this is a week out. I know that Sarah did her, I'm just using Sarah as an example because she had her event on Friday. And I think that I coached her to send the voice message out on like Wednesday. So the reason I do it a little farther out with sourdough is because you have to bring things and there, you need to be more prepared. If somebody is not having to bring anything, then my encouragement would be, you can do this part a couple days before to kind of finalize people, get their yes, and then move forward. But this is the key piece that people know what to expect, and where you release the part of feeling like you are inviting someone into a bait and switch. So I'm just going to speak to you like I'm sending a voice message to someone. I just had a sourdough workshop event on Friday. So my voice messages to everybody went out the Friday before that. And I just said, hey friend, I am so excited about my event next week. I cannot wait for you to be there. I'm actually going to drop a link below to a boards page that's going to give you my address, the time, the things that you need to have to come to my house, and then the things that you need to have once you get home from the workshop. But I wanted to just give you a little overview on what you can expect from the evening. You're going to be in and out in an hour and a half. We're going to chat gut health, all the things. I'm going to share a little bit about my journey and story with Juice Plus. And then we're going to dive into the sourdough workshop portion, and you will leave with the start of your first loaf and how to make sourdough the rest of your life. So let me know if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to reach out. I'm so excited. And you can kind of slip in here if you have a space or something left. If you have a seat left, you can say, I have a seat left. And if you have a friend that you'd love to bring along, I'd love to have her. Let me know if you have anybody that you want to extend the invitation to. And so this extends your reach just a little bit more. You never know. I've had a lot of people bring friends to my events, and it expands my network with them. So that is how I send the invitation. When you give people an overview of what they can expect, it disarms them completely, because they're walking into your home knowing exactly how the night is going to go. And so the tip that Melissa gave me was, she was like, this disarms the type A, but I honestly think it disarms any type of person. I think everybody, when they come to something educational, it's great to have a rundown of what you can expect. And so I think that this piece is key, and sending this as a voice message is absolutely key. So text first, send the flyer, then the voice. And if you guys have questions throughout this process, I just want to add this, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm going to leave some time at the end to answer questions if you have any. Okay, so your setup. So this is where the experience piece comes in. And, I've charged for my workshops. And so I really want people to show up. I love showing up to things and there being a seat for me, like a space set up that's for me. I don't know about you, but when you go to something, isn't it the best feeling to walk in and be like, oh my gosh, there's like a seat for me with all my goodies. And it's like so exciting and fun. And like, those are your things. And so depending on the type of event, this may be appropriate. It may not be. Like a feed your face facial night. I'm going to show some slides on that. You could totally create spaces for people or little stations, and make it fun. So with the $20 that people gave me, that's that I used to kind of invest and give people something to walk away with. And so I think it's really fun when people walk into your door and have goodies. And then also setting out your Juice Plus bottles. I put out a cookbook that was mentioned in a video that I recommended everybody watch from Michaela and Leanne. And, I just think creating an ambiance for people is really, really important because the ambiance sets the mood and it also makes you look like a professional. When people walk in and it's scattered and there's not, it's not clear. It's like, okay, what's going on here? You are the professional, you are the expert. And so you have to hold that stance in the room and you also have to create that atmosphere in your home. Okay, so here's another example. These are actually not my photos. These are from Melissa Falco, but she created these adorable, like feed your face facial. So on this little plate here, she's got honey, cucumbers, and then a lemon, and then the berry and the omega capsule. And she's got that's what she's got set up over here. She's got washcloths for everybody with the Juice Plus skin research, these adorable little veggie trays. I just think it's so cute. So you don't have to spend a lot of money, guys, to make something look, you can literally get washcloths for like $1 at the dollar store. Like, a cucumber is a couple bucks. Like you can make something very cute without spending a lot of money. And your presentation of it is really that's really how it matters. And your energy around it too is so, so important. Okay, so this event layout is actually from Melissa, but feel free to screenshot this. Basically, intro and fun, set the energy in the room. I love Hall & Oates. And so I have Hall & Oates playing in the background when everybody shows up. I just feel like it's a fun, chill playlist. It's like the perfect vibe. It's not too crazy. It's not too chill. It's like energetic. And one tip Melissa gave me that I want to give to you guys, and this was the first time I did an event, I was like, I quickly laid my son down and I was like, finishing up the last, he went to bed at 7. Everybody was arriving at 7:30. I was last minute getting everything together. And she was like, I had to remind myself right before people walked in my door to take a deep breath and be chill and calm. Because if you're running around scattered, trying to get all your stuff set up before everybody comes, that is some uptight energy that nobody needs. So literally before people arrived, I just went I was just taking multiple deep breaths. I'm like, okay, this is fun. I was just I was like, I am having so much fun, even though I was just running around like a crazy person trying to set everything up. So, kick off and lay the agenda. This is what we're going to do today, just like what you said in that voice memo. So meat of the event, the activity plus 3 teachable moments, leaving them with more value than they came with. Celebrate what you did, pass around a sign up sheet. This is crucial. And I'll talk about this here in a minute, and then wrap up, sign up, and leave. So that's kind of a layout. Feel free to screenshot this. And also, guys, what I can do after tonight is take the meat of these slides, and I can also post them to Team Up. So if you didn't get these or you want to go back and reference them, I'm happy to share them with you. Okay, so this is my personal intro when I open up my sourdough event. And, I think you kind of have to find what your personal intro looks like. But really, I just stand in front of everybody and I just tell them how excited I am that they're here. And to get to talk about gut health with them is such an honor because of the journey that I've been on. I said some of you may know my journey, some of you may not, and I'll get into that in a little bit here, but thank you for being here. I'm so excited that you said yes to tonight and are a part of this. So for those of you that don't know, I am a part of an incredible community with Juice Plus, and we are all about creating experiences for people. And so our heart is that tonight, obviously you're going to leave with a full belly of sourdough, wine, information, but I really want you to leave empowered to take the next right step in your health journey, whatever that is. And so that's really my heart for tonight. And I hope that you feel empowered and inspired, to leave and go and do that, whatever that looks like in your personal journey. So here's how tonight's going to go. And then I kind of do the rundown. I say, here's what you can expect. So we're going to dive in first to the gut health fact sheet, which that's in the sourdough boards page. That's really the meat of my event for sourdough. So weave your Juice Plus story in, make it 2 minutes or less. Get with your upline or a sideline partner to perfect your story. But really the important thing is here, weave it in, find a spot that it fits well, whatever your story looks like, and don't take too long, and one thing that I did add at the beginning, for those that don't know what Juice Plus is, it's fruits and vegetables that have been juice dried, put into a capsule. You do want to give a little bit of an overview because some people may be coming, or a friend may have invited or one of your guests may have invited a friend and they don't actually know what Juice Plus is. And so if you go through your entire story and they never know what Juice Plus is, that's a really key important thing. Okay. And then this tip was from Melissa Falco, and it has been amazing so far for me. It creates the brain connection with what Juice Plus is. So at the end, when I share my story and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up in a really pretty bow, and I'm going to be a veggie drug dealer here for a second. So laughter opens up the brain to receive information. Melissa taught me that, which I was like, oh, that's so interesting. At first, guys, when she told me this, I was like, oh gosh, okay, how am I going to do this? It just felt a little different at first, but now it's okay, this is what I do. So it opens up the brain to receive information. I tell them I'm going to open up a veggie capsule and pass it around. And I have a little jar that I just pour the veggie capsule in. I was like, I want you to put your finger in this powder and tap it to your tongue. And whatever you taste is likely the vegetable that you consume the most of. And so I read the back of the bottle. They know that it's literally just food. And then everybody's going around saying what they're tasting because everybody's consuming a different vegetable that they gravitate towards. And it's the coolest moment. And then that's how I wrap up Juice Plus. And then we move into whatever whatever you're doing. And then, I let them know there's an information card with a QR code they can scan for more information. And I am going to give you guys access to that here at the end. So I use everything from the sourdough page or the sourdough boards page. Every meat of your event is going to look different based on what you're doing. Okay, so wrap it up. So celebrate what they did. At the end of it, the sign-in sheet. This was another thing from the sourdough workshop page or boards page that was really amazing. And Melissa also mentioned this as well. So this for me was key because now you're not guessing who is interested in Juice Plus and who's not. So at the end of it, I'm like, okay, ladies, congratulations. You're done. You did it. I'm going to pass around this sign up sheet. If you can just put your name, your cell phone. If you'd like to be a part of the sourdough Facebook page, I'll add you to that. If you're interested in learning more about Juice Plus, you can check that. And if you're interested in hosting your own workshop, you can also let me know. And so then at the end of the night, ladies, when you're doing the follow-up, you follow up with the people that said they wanted to learn more, and the people that don't, you just keep loving on them. There's no guesswork. It's all gone. It's amazing because you're like, oh, I don't know. How did somebody feel? Were they excited? Were they interested? No, it's just the people that want to know more are going to tell you, and the people that don't, you just know to keep loving on them, and they're watching you. So sign-in sheet, absolutely crucial. Okay, so follow up. So for sourdough, I created a group text. This was a tip from Michaela Peterson. You can screenshot this if you'd like, but basically this is kind of how I do the follow-up. And then I let them know in this text that if they wanted to learn more about Juice Plus, I'm going to follow up with them individually. And so, I reference the things that I talked about, and this way, and this is also a really fun way, if you're going to do sourdough events, to see people's first loaves, and then you can create excitement around that on social media. That's social media content. I don't know if you guys followed after my first couple workshops, I was able to post all these fun screenshots of everybody's loaves, and it's so exciting. So that's crucial. Okay. And then my results. So this obviously takes time. This is a process of loving on people, pouring into them, and, continuing to work with people, but I want you to know what I'm doing is working. That's really why I'm sharing this. The whole bottom line, I'm giving you these numbers really to just say, like, if you're hesitant or you're nervous, like, go for it, because you just don't know what's going to come from it. So I had 1 rep, 2 customers, and 4 prospects come. I got a rep out of my first event and she got an order from that. My second workshop, I had 9 people total, a rep, a customer, 7 prospects. I got a rep out of that. And I'm waiting. Somebody's getting ready to order. Like I said, I've got 2 carts sent out, and then I just had 5 people, talked with quite a few. I'm still kind of doing the follow-up on that. So this process works. It does. And it doesn't just work for sourdough, because Sarah just did an event this last Friday with Terry, and she had 5 people that came to her event, and she got a quad order out of it. You guys, we know the numbers. They say 1 in every 10. Okay. So this style, this experience is changing, in my opinion, not just things for me and not just things for Sarah, but like Michaela Peterson, Melissa Falco, like all these people are doing events and they're very, very successful. And so I can't encourage you enough to follow this framework and just go for it. And then I wanted to share a piece of feedback with you. And this was actually told to me this last weekend. And I had messaged Terry on Saturday morning, and I was like, I just didn't feel as good about my my workshop on Friday night. I don't know. I was nervous. There was somebody in the crowd that I was nervous about and intimidated to share with. And I just felt like I wasn't as well-spoken. And this friend had actually come back. She had already attended one, and I had a seat open up. And so I was like, hey friend, you can just come for free, like come and be a part of it. And it was really fun to have her. And she told me this on Sunday morning. And so this style and this layout is a beautiful way to like share Juice Plus and give people information and let them think about it. Like this is literally, and she's not even on the product yet. Like she's not on the product. She's been watching me for a while. I talked to her about Juice Plus when we first got here to Tennessee. And so anyway, she's been watching and watching and watching. So she's not even on the product, and she's saying this. So this style and this format works, and it makes people feel good and a part of something. And so that was really affirming. She said that to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell everybody, just to encourage you to go for it, because you literally have nothing to lose. Okay, so resources for you. Kathy is going to be so gracious and put in the chat the boards page that you can make a copy of and make your own. Now, if you scan this QR code, it's going to take you to the boards page that I created. This is what I have in everybody's goodie bag. And I just printed these on my personal printer. And then I just cut them up. So I have a sample of chocolate complete, fruit and veggie, and then berry. And then if they want to learn more, they can scan the QR code and you can see the page. And it's basically, I took it, y'all, it's nothing crazy. Like I took, one of the PowerPoints from corporate, and I just took screenshots and put it in a boards page. That's really what I did. So I didn't reinvent the wheel, nothing crazy. Okay, that is everything. I am going to stop sharing my screen, and I know it's 8 o'clock. So if you need to go, I totally understand. But if you do have questions and you want to unmute yourself and ask, or put them in the chat, I am more than happy to, okay, Kathy, I think you just sent those directly to me. Okay, I'm scrolling up here, seeing if there's any questions. Okay, so I don't have my own sourdough Facebook group, Paula. It's the Simply Sourdough Facebook page that Michaela Peterson created. There's like 1,000 people in it. So and then the sign-in sheet. Absolutely. I can, Nancy, let me see if I can pull that up really quick on boards, and I'll show it to you. Does anybody else, I'm not seeing the screen right now while I'm pulling this up, but okay.
Does everybody know how to download these images from
yeah,
the chat? All you do is go over to the image, and you'll see a little, well, actually, it's kind of a big down arrow, and it will show you, and you can just boom, download it. Does that make
Yeah.
any sense?
Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about it. You know what I need to do for the, well, no, you guys can just upload this. What I would do for the one with the QR code, just upload into Canva and then, go and make your own QR code and just paste your QR code over mine. That's what I would do. Just make sure you don't print mine because then it's going to take it to my board's page. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to take, because it's going to take them to my website and they'll be uber confused if they have no idea who I am. Okay, so really quick, let me share with you, Nancy, this sign-in sheet so you can kind of see. Okay, here you go, Nancy. Very simple. Name, cell phone, sourdough Facebook group. So an example, I guess, if you're not doing sourdough, you know, maybe you add them to, you know, another, I don't know, is Transform 2023 just for customers or is it also for people that are interested? I know at one point we had some just customers.
Mainly
Okay.
customers. Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe you take out the Facebook group part if you're not doing sourdough. Maybe you would put interested in attending more events, you know, that I put on, and then like healthy lifestyle program and Juice Plus. And then, you know, you could still say host and, you know, host a workshop.
Yeah, because I'm doing a salad party tomorrow. So I'm totally doing this sign in.
There you go. And
Just
then
the lame one I have with name and email. I mean,
Yep.
what is that?
there you go. And then I
Thank
would
you.
just say for the last one, you know, if you want, and if you want to have your own event and I come over and host, you know, a salad event for your friends to meal prep for the week, you could just do that, something like that.
Can you say things like more information on gut health, for example, because then you could send them some things for Dr. Mitra if they want, you know, some ways that we can follow up to get more information to them and keep them in the what to send videos, articles.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea, Kathy.
Yeah, because sometimes
that
I don't
would-
know specific questions to ask.
But gut health was in your follow-up text. You had a link to a gut more on the gut health, right?
Yeah. So I guess if you weren't doing sourdough, like I think I'm going to do a feed. I'm going to be in Texas for a couple weeks and I'm going to do an event with Sarah, on like a feed your facial. And I think I'm going to tie gut health into that because I can talk about gut health and skin. So like in that circumstance, I would say yes, because it's not focused on, you know, so if you want to bring gut health into a different style of event and maybe not do sourdough, then that's where I would say you could probably, you know, you could make a column like that. Because, you know, and I would still say, like, if you guys don't have access to let me share it with you, the sourdough boards page, y'all, like, it's so amazing. I'm going to share it here in the chat. Okay. Any other questions? I want to respect everybody's time and night. So
I have a quick one. Is there a
Yeah.
particular reason why not to do an individual person and have a variety of different things that they might check sign up sheet versus the big sign up board?
oh, like having somebody fill out an individual piece of paper.
Like when they sit down that they have that, or you pass it around at the end?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a great idea. You could do that too if you wanted. I mean, you could totally do the one thing I think with the sign up and like passing a big sheet around, it's easy to, or what you could, I guess, say if you didn't want to do a big sheet is you're like, I'm going to pass out some sign in sheets, you know, you can share and, you know, you check what you feel or however you want to say it. And then, you know, you could collect them as people leave or whatever. That's another option too, if you wanted to have them at people's seat.
Because then you could actually put Juice Plus specifically on there, and then other people don't have to know whether or not you're.
Yeah, that's a good point too. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
I also think, so this is just from experience, is when you have the big sign-in sheet and they see everyone else signing their name, they're more apt to do it, rather than if you have individual little sheets sitting there, they might not fill it out. And we had this from a different event. It wasn't a food event, but it was something else. And it was very interesting because we did two different ones and we tested it. In the sign-in sheet, everyone signed it.
Interesting.
Yeah, the individual, it was 50%. So
Yeah, because
just a
people don't
thought,
feel
but I
pressure.
think Kathy's thinking, well, maybe people are shy, they don't want other people to know.
But there's also something about peer pressure.
Yeah,
But if they don't want it, you don't want to be sending your info, doing it.
Yeah.
what do you mean? You don't want to be what?
I mean, like, they just sign it because everybody else is, not because they're really interested.
Yeah. I think there's two sides to the coin there, but I mean, I will say this past Friday, I had 4 people that filled out the sign-in sheet, and one person said they didn't want information on Juice Plus. So she wasn't afraid to not check the box. So
Yeah, no, the retention numbers on the ones that we did with 100 people signing in, 75% of people actually responded for more information. The 50%, maybe 30% responded. So I don't know.
It's interesting for sure. Okay, guys. Well, that's all that I've got.
Hey, Abby,
Yeah.
I will say this as an encouragement for people that are inviting, with the list that I had that couldn't come, because I will say, guys, it was really cool because the 5 women that I had at the event, like, were all women from like, and I shared this on our team group chat, but like, we're all women from like completely different, like completely different groups. Like I had the gal that ordered a quad from me. I met her like one time at the nail salon, and I had a gal from my Bible study, a gal from my workout brought her good friend, and then I had like another friend. So none of them knew each other. And of course, I mean, as many people as you want to get in front of Terry, it's like happening. And I even had women at my workout group that weren't able to come that were like, are you hosting another event? And Terry, before she left, was like, yeah, Sarah and I are going to do this like every season now. So already kind of creating the excitement for the next events coming up. And all the people that couldn't come to the one I just did, I already told them, which I was like, Abby, we're going to have to do this anyway, because I already told them we're doing it. I already created the excitement for the next event coming up. So almost like I kind of knew right away for the people that were like, hey, because Abby had encouraged like, hey, ask them if they want to be invited to future events. And so that already put them on the list of inviting them to like the event we're doing in July. So just as an encouragement in that as well. Just wanted to share that.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Appreciate you sharing that. Okay. Amy, see the question above about the workshop or the boards page, Amy? Okay, yes. Oh, how do you get the sourdough? Oh, great question. How to get the sourdough boards page added to your boards page. I think you just do share. It will go into like shared with you when you click on it. And then I just made a copy of it. I think that's what you do. I think that's how it works. Does anybody know boards? Amelia, maybe or Kathy?
Hey, Abby, I'll chime in because you gave me that copy of your boards.
Okay, yes, please do.
So it was super simple. You're going to go and you have a copy of the boards. You do have to. So when I did and went and did what you did, you're going to have to do a little copy and paste. You're going to have to decide what you want to grab. There's a little bit of screenshotting, but it's all there for you to grab, whether you screenshot or like if you're on your computer anyway, drag over an image, etc. It's super simple to save.
Okay,
So-
perfect.
Kelly, you're going to laugh at this because I did test this and I was trying to do it on the computer, but when I did it on my phone, it copied right over into
Yeah,
shared.
the phone is much easier to copy right over. So
But
I would say, Sarah, do
because
it
I
on your
just
phone.
started to do it Kelly's way, and then I was like, wait, let me just try the phone. So if it doesn't work on the computer, do the
Okay.
phone. There's something.
Yeah, I was doing the computer, so that's probably why.
Right. Well, it's only because someone else had shared something and they said, try it from your phone. And it took me doing what you did about 4 times. Then I was like, wait, there's another way. So certain things on boards work really well on your phone, but if it doesn't work on your computer, try your phone next or vice versa. But it does work on the phone if you take that link and put it somewhere, you text it to yourself and then click on it. You can do it right on your phone, and it's in shared with me, I think, is where it ends up.
Yep.
Thanks. Awesome.
No problem.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
well,
where it is.
That's all I've got.
Abby, how do you talk about gut health if you have no confidence and don't know?
Send the link she has.
Just the basic common.
Yeah. Okay. You're breaking up just a tiny bit, but I think I got what you were saying. If you don't know a lot about gut health, How do you talk about gut health? I got all of my information from the sourdough boards page. Like I literally, y'all, I talked to Michaela about this. She was like, if you stand in front of a room and you act like you know all of the information on the page, you are not going to be duplicatable in any way, shape, or form. And what you are trying to do with these events is duplicate yourself and attract affiliates. And if I'm standing in front of a room and I'm like, I know all this information without a piece of paper in front of me, where are my notes? Nobody is going to want to sign up because they're going to be like, oh, well, I can't do that. So I literally stand with everybody with these pages from the workshop. I made some notes on them. I literally read the page, y'all. I'll look up at people and look at their eyes and stuff, but I literally read the page because if people think or people feel too intimidated by what you're doing, they're not going to join you. So you have to you got to just make it simple and seem, so honestly, you can read through the pages and get to know the information. I practiced a lot of times before they came over, but when I stand in front of them, I literally hold the paper. So, that would be my encouragement to you.
Well, and if it's okay, I want to chime in with one more thing because I've learned this from you, Abby. You said it to me one time, we were talking about something, and I think it was you and even Terry have said it. I've done this too, where I've printed out the notes and I've said, hey guys, guess what? I love this information. I'm obsessed with it, but sometimes I mix my words and I'm not a super memory chick. I'm a mom. I have mom brain. So for y'all's safety, I've printed off the notes because I don't want to screw any of this information up for you, and just come from a place of make fun of yourself, laugh at vulnerability of hey, I'm not perfect. I've got it all right here in front of me. So you're going to see me read things because I want to make sure you leave here with the right information.
Yep, exactly. So, and that's another thing too. I was talking to Michaela. She was like, I don't tell people that I'm a former pharmacist. If you give people too much of your credentials and they feel intimidated, it's not duplicatable. So I just come from a humble stance. Not that we're not going to come from a humble stance, but just make yourself as relatable and chill as possible, because that's how you're going to attract more people, because people want to feel like they can do what you're doing.
You could also just have bullets on a page that everybody gets a copy of, and then they can use that to take notes on.
Yes. So that's exactly in the sourdough Facebook page, Sarah, you'll see it. There's a facilitator page and then a participant page. And I literally have the handouts in Page Protectors for People. So they're literally following along. So it's really easy, and it's really it's so chill and it's fun. And then you also don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel with information. So
that's great.
Yeah. Okay, guys. That's all we got. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, and thanks for, staying over. I hope the questions and the discussion afterward was valuable and helpful, and, have a great evening. And my encouragement is get an event on the calendar for this summer. So you guys got this, and have a beautiful evening.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
It was awesome, Abby.
Amazing job,
Thank you
Abby.
so much.
Abby.
Great job.
Thanks, Abby.